Welcome to 2022. I just came in from outside in the snow, so I'm a little chilly. I still don't have an intro, but I really don't feel like that matters. Eventually I will. Anyways, I've seen a lot of people, I feel like this is how I start every video, is basically addressing that it's somebody else's idea most of the time. But I think overall it ends up being my video and my own thing and my personality, even though I state that I've been inspired by somebody else. So anyways, I'm not sponsored by Herschel, but if you want to sponsor me, I'll wear tubes more. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, welcome to 2022. I feel like it's already been kind of hectic, which is fine, because what year isn't? But yeah, first video of 2022. I basically was watching YouTube and watching a bunch of videos, and a lot of people did 2021 recap videos. And I was like, oh yeah, well, at the point in my life right now, and at the point of the year I was in the routine of working every day, 7 days a week, and that was kind of my life. And so I still find it hard to kind of adjust back and think about all of the things I've done and all the great things that I've thought about and everything, because I'm like in this place where I'm like in such like a eat, sleep, work, repeat every single day, that it's like it's easier for me to plan goals and accomplishments before I think about what I have done and accomplished and succeeded at. So yes, I have seen a lot of people do like 2021 rewind recaps, and I usually end up doing some sort of montage on my old channel that I've had since forever, of like just like clips and photos and videos and everything of basically what I did in the year. And for some reason I didn't do that this year. I don't know if time just like got away from me, or I don't know. But I thought instead of reviewing 2021, let's start the year strong and plan some goals and decide what I'm going to do this year. My goals, intentions, and things I want to accomplish this year. Let's go. There's only a few because I don't want to disappoint myself. And I also don't want to, I know that a whole year is 365 days, which is like already 359 already, which is kind of crazy. Like when I'm filming this, it's January 6th, I think. Let's see. Yeah, January 6th. I still don't have a calendar, so I have to use my phone. Anyways, 2021 was a year that I set no really accomplishments other than, stuff that I was doing that I wanted to finish. So I set no barriers to myself. I set no resolutions. And I ultimately found that because I didn't give myself that many goals, I didn't feel like at the end of the year I accomplished very much. So we're gonna do some goals, but not very many. But I don't know, I think it's important to give yourself goals and give yourself things to look forward to. Out of the years that I did give myself goals, whether they lasted or not, even if it was just like a phase, like working out every day, or one year I was vegan, and they didn't last all year, but I still felt like I was working towards something and I was accomplishing something. This year I want to really start having a routine. I think with having such completely different work schedules, and every other year I've been doing school and schooling, and so with that comes a routine, because you wake up at a certain time on these days and you go to school, or you do it online, or whatever it may be. And so because I'm not going to school, as far as I know, until further notice, I should say, then I want to kind of give myself a routine and something to look forward to every day. So I want to start waking up earlier. at 7. I'm still trying to kind of get into the rhythm of waking up earlier, but I don't want to just keep waking up, as much time as I need to get ready for work, because I feel like my days just like drifted away and it's all revolved around work. Where if I wake up earlier, then I'm able to do things I want to do and able to do things that I need to get done, and then I go to work and then I come home, and if I have extra time I can do other things instead of just like having my day wasted away by work and having my whole day revolved around my work schedule. If I wake up an hour early, it takes me an hour to get ready. So if I wake up an hour early to get ready for work, my whole mind is already in work mode, and then I don't have time to really do anything. And then once I go to work, I'm home and I'm tired. So most of the time, unless sometimes I have like extra time I want to do something like with friends or laundry. So I want to kind of wake up early to be able to allow myself to be productive. I want to just be able to be used to being more active. I know I'm not like pushing myself for it to be like every day, because I've already today was the first day I started going for a walk. So I'm kind of like very lenient, but I do want to start walking more because I think it's good to be outside and it's good to allow my body to move and not be surrounded by my work, because I feel like too, most of the other years I have been really active. I've done dance and I've started working out and weight training and this and that, and I've been really active. I've also had work, so I was active and then also working. So at my job I run around like a chicken with a head cut off, basically. Like most of the time, obviously not all the time, but most of the time I'm like running around frantically trying to get a bunch of stuff done. And I was so used to like being active outside of work that work didn't feel like work. Like now I come home from work and my back hurts and I'm tired and I don't want to do anything because I'm so tired, and I want to just be able to be used to being more active. So I want to really take care of myself right now. And once I get a routine again of even just walking, like that's what I want to, like some days maybe I will work out instead of walk, or some days maybe I'll do both or whatever. I want to really cherish like my body and being active. It affects your life in the future. Like if I stop working out now and I stop being active and I stop walking, then the next thing you know, I might have chronic back pain, or and that's a little bit of a stretch, but down the line, and even just like simple things like, because I am an eyelash tech and a hairdresser, doing wrist exercises as part of my walking routine. Like maybe I'm walking around with my hands like twisted and like stretching them as I'm going for a walk, because that will decrease any risk of anything down the line, and anything potential that could be harmful like down the line from muscle strain and from not being active. I do want to have a workout routine set, so when I do want to work out, I know what I'm doing, and I don't just like, sometimes I'll stop halfway through because I'm like, I don't know what else to do, so I'll just stop. And so then kind of relying on a routine put in place, but not for weight loss. I don't really think that needs to be the forefront of anything in my life right now, especially. I just feel like it's not a good focus, but I think for health and wellness, walking and working out for me is what I kind of want to work on. I want to fall in love with creating, whether that's content creating, video creating, editing, or anything like that. And I want to again. I have before, and I do love filming, but because I'm so fatigued and I don't have a routine, it's become like on the back burner of creating anything. I kind of want to get into painting too. I feel like that might be kind of a fun way of letting my creativity shine a little bit. And yeah, I just want to fall in love with it again. I know I do love it, but I just want to be able to have passion in that again, instead of being like, ugh, I have to edit a video and I just got home from work, and feeling the stress of like wanting to edit and having videos that need to be edited but not wanting to do them. I got a car last year, and it's a little blue Mini Cooper, and she is so cute, and I still don't have a name for her. I do want to learn how to drive and get my license. I want to feel a bit more independent in that sense, and drive myself. I'm gonna start getting into reading again. I think that it's really good for my brain to have more words up there. I also think too is I have the opportunity to. So I was so used to being in university and in school that it's like it was just a lot of reading textbooks, reading essays, making essays, that I got a lot of my vocabulary from textbooks and from my own essays and from peer-reviewed works and everything like that. And I feel like I'm kind of slipping in the vocabulary area. But I also think that reading is such a good way of self-care and to, you know, do something that's not on a screen and being able to take that break kind of from any screen time or from life and just go into my little imaginary world that is whatever book it is. And I do want to read 7 to 10 books this year, which is kind of a lot, I feel like, but it's also not a lot at the same time. All of these, you kind of notice probably a pattern, is I want to work on myself and I want to become the person that I am growing to be, and I want to take the time to think and take the time to read and take the time to journal and take the time to walk and take care of myself and just really work on myself to be able to not let anything or anyone tie me down and be confident in the decisions that I make for myself, because it is my life. And, you know, I sometimes have to learn along the way, or, you know, sometimes I don't want to learn on the way, and so I don't make that big decision, or, you know, I feel like I'm kind of in a weird place with jobs. I'm doing 2 things completely different right now. I work in retail, and then I'm also technically an esthetician, as I do lash extensions and everything. But I want to make a living off of something I love. So whether that's a job I love and the people I love in it, or whether that's a job that I can go to that makes me happy all the time, or maybe it's not going anywhere but it's at home, or maybe it's content creating and making a living, like enough to live off of. I don't need a lot of money, but enough to get me through and make a living off of something that I love doing, like making videos, but it doesn't have to be limited to that. I just want to save my money. I feel like I have been so bad at saving my money this year because I'm still paying off debt, which I do want to do as well. I definitely 1,000, 100 million, trillion% want to pay off my student debt and my car debt and get that completely out of the way, because it's like, that is like the one thing that's always weighing on me, is like, I have this money that I have to give to somebody and pay off my debt, and when it's done I feel like I will be like so happy and so thrilled and be able to do, you know, more with my money that I want to do but maybe need to do, and not make as many sacrifices as I do with money, knowing that I have to pay off debt. The last thing I really want to do is learn how to say exactly what I mean and what I feel when I feel it, and not after the fact. I feel like I'm really good at like explaining situations and interactions that I've been in and how they've made me feel and what they made me think of, and it's like after the fact. So it's like having a conversation with somebody after something has happened and kind of ranting about it to somebody, or rambling on about it or whatever. And instead of doing that, I want to tell the person directly, because I feel like I've always been a super direct person, but growing up I realized I can't always be direct because everybody's different with how they express emotions and how they take and perceive things. So I always like worked on that my whole life to be less direct, but now I feel like I'm too much less direct. Directly tell the person and be like, hey, in this moment what you said upset me or made me feel XYZ or whatever it is, because I feel like, yeah, I got so used to not being direct that now I'm like not direct. but I think directly, but I'm not direct in the moment. So I guess that's a good way of explaining it, is I want to be direct in the moment. Last thing that I want to do this year is make it a good year. Now, I know years aren't perfect, and I know there's lots of days. I mean, there's already like 359 days, so 59 days? Yeah, 359 days left, so, and I know it's not gonna be a perfect year, but I'm hoping it's like generally good. I mean, I know there's gonna be moments like any other year of turmoil and of sadness and of negative things, but, and stress. There's probably gonna be a lot of stress, but I do want to make it a good year overall. Hopefully, fingers crossed that it is a good year. I want to work on myself and get to know myself. I feel like too I was so good at that in 2020 during quarantine and everything and lockdown and like spending a lot of time with myself, that now that I work 7 days a week and I'm literally never alone half the time except when I'm sleeping maybe or getting ready for work, I want to actually like take the time to get to know myself and take care of myself and allow myself to have balance, because I do talk about balance a lot and I think it's really important, but I am also a sucker at not having balance. So I hope that everybody has a good year, or at least intends to have a good year this year, and that everybody else that's watching this is able to not feel pressured by any of my goals that I've set, because this video is basically like for my sake and for, you know, me to catch myself and remember what my goals are. But yeah, but also I hope that you're able to create some goals that you can use to keep yourself going this year and to keep yourself a little bit accountable for, you know, your accomplishments and accomplishing things, because you're the only one that is in the way of your life. And I know that sounds hard, and you can be like, but this, but that, but so and so, but I have to listen to this person. No. This year, you are the only one that is control of your life. And if you don't like something, maybe there's not much you can do about it, but you can always say how you feel, and you can always say and talk about decision making or what's happening. So you can always talk about it, whether that's with a friend, family member, therapist, coworker, boss, manager, I think pet, camera, write it down. Yeah. Here's to 2022 and 359 days left of it, which is like crazy to think about. Tomorrow would be 358. What? Anyways, yes, thank you so much for watching and listening to my goals, and I hope that you guys are able to create some goals of your own, and yeah. Here's to the new year. That's all, folks. I can't reach it. Ugh. Bye. Also, don't forget to have fun this year, because there's only 359 days at this point left. So there needs to be a little fun in there. And that's what I'm hoping. For a little bit of fun. Okay, that's it. Bye.